case that uncover not even the cruelty of the several murders committed in the daylight, but also shows the details that open up the horrifying chapter of cannibalism and necrophilia in the history of the biggest serial killing case in India. Hello everybody, it's Imagine today, with all the research that I did on this heinous case that I'm about to cover today, I'm going to take you to India this time, a beautiful country of colors, festival and pure cultures, making it seemingly a country that seems to look full of life, but just like any other country, it too has some of its deepest and darkest moments, that already left the people of this country baffled for years, as today I'm about to tell you a true story, that took place in a small village called Nithari, situated in Noida, Delhi. So sit back everybody, as we're about to explore a little story that caused a huge chaos among Indian citizens. This story simply starts when back in 2003, an abnormally high number of children were started to suddenly reported missing from the Sector 31 of the Nithari village in Noida, India. The number of children that were missing were especially huge, as according to the people of that village, among the sex ratio between the missing girls and boys, the ratio of missing girls were a lot higher than the ratio of missing boys, leaving the panicked and frustrated parents in chaos, having no idea that where their children had gone. Every day there was a news among the people of the village, telling one another about the new missing children that had gone. The terrified parents and family members of the missing children went to the local police station of the village to report about it, as from there, it was been revealed that the missing of the children had something to do with Maninder Singh Pandher. Maninder Singh Pandher, a businessman who was the owner of the bungalow number D5, located in Sector 31 of the Nithari village, reported to be suspected for the disappearance of various children in the village. It turned out that on one morning, numerous complaints had been filed against Maninder Singh Pandher by the frustrated family members of missing children, claiming that the children were going missing from in front of his bungalow number D5, where all the kids used to play. As the family members told the police about it, and asked to inquire Maninder Singh Pandher regarding the issue related to their children, as for some reasons the people of the village Nithari were quite sure that Maninder Singh really had his hand in the disappearance of their children. And that was the moment when all the parents reunite and report numerous complaints against him, and as a result, due to the lack of evidence, no action was taken. On February 8, 2005, a 14-year-old girl named Rimbahalda went missing from Sector 31 village Nithari, despite of her parents making several attempts to register a missing report of their daughter in the local police station. She was never found again. On March 2005, some boys who were playing cricket in the afternoon couldn't believe on their eyes on what they had found, as non-intentionally while playing, they lurked and found a horrifying sight of a can wrapped in a plastic bag, laying in the drain located behind D5, which was unsurprisingly the bungalow number D5, whose owner was none other than Maninder Singh Pandher. The matter was immediately informed to the police, who declared that the hand was just an animal's rotten carcass and nothing serious, as well as asked the Nithari villagers to forget about it because nothing was wrong. This can be confirmed by the statements of prosecution witness, which are available as evidence in the court record. But it has been said that no matter how much anyone could try, things could never stay hidden for too long, just like this uncanny missing case that took a major turn on May 7, 2006, when a common resident of the Nithari village named Nandlal came to the police station, informing about his 20-year-old daughter named Payal, who suddenly disappeared from the Sector 31 Nithari village, opening the old files of several missing children as well, that were closed since almost 1 year, as nobody had the clue that the father of that missing daughter would become the source of opening the file of the most horrifying chapter of the village Nithari. Cause on May 7, 2006, a girl named Payal informed her father Nandlal about her going to Maninder Singh Pandher bungalow, but after she went out the home towards the bungalow, she went missing. Her father, who noticed that she didn't came back home on time, went to search for her in Maninder Singh's bungalow D5, where he encountered Surinder Kaur. Surinder Kohli, Maninder Singh's servant who was also a cook and a caretaker of his bungalow. Maninder Singh wasn't in Nithari that day, so the door was opened by Surinder Kohli, who suddenly faced by Nandlal's questions regarding his daughter Payal, who came to this place and now went missing, on which Surinder Kohli politely declined that Payal didn't came today as he have no idea where his daughter went. As declining to know anything about his daughter, Surinder Kohli closed the door. Nandlal immediately went to the police station to register a complaint of his missing daughter, but police refused to register his complaint, taking it as not so serious thing while not performing their duty well. Tired of visiting police and Pandra for 1 month, frustrated Nandlal then approached the Noida SSP on June 2006 for help. On the order of the SSP, police immediately registered Nandlal's complaint of his missing daughter and started their investigation. Listening to Nandlal's allegation that Surinder Kohli must be behind his daughter's disappearance, police immediately started their searching, and after investing good amount of time on this case, they were able to find the fact that Payal's mobile phone was still in use. Tracing its location and checking the call details of Payal's mobile number, the police found out that the details were leading them to Surinder Kohli, who surprisingly called her a day before she went missing, and the real story started to slowly unsolve from here. Cause after that moment on, police immediately arrested Surinder Kohli for the allegation of the missing daughter of Nandlal, and for further investigation they arrested him and took him to the police station. However, when Maninder Singh Pandra came to know about this, he got him released soon, and the reason was, police was not able to find out anything remarkable evidence in the first place, which could guide them to the whereabouts of Payal. However, the involvement of Kohli with Payal's mobile phone in the case was evident. Still, it was truly sad that no action was taken after that. Upset with the police's investigation on the case, Nandlal approached the court on October 7, 2006. The court ordered the police to investigate the case thoroughly, and the investigation on this strange Nithari case began once again. Due to the involved with Payal's cell phone with Surinder Kohli, police were able to take the search warrant to investigate Maninder Singh's bungalow. As on investigation, it was truly unbelievable, but what police discovered wasn't something they had expected. Lots of plastic bags filled with human skeletons found in the drain located behind the bungalow D5. Resulting bungalow owner Maninder Singh and his servant Kohli immediately got arrested on December 29, 2006. More skeletons were excavated from the drain on December 30, 2006. Not much evidence was found against both the suspects. It was shocking to know that for them mere discovery of skeletons was not sufficient to prove them murders, but the discovery soon took a turn point and created a sensation in the whole country when people started demanding justice. Investigation of the Payal's case opened up the facts of disappeared children and teenagers of Nithari, resulting pressurized with a public rage on what is exactly going on. Uttar Pradesh government finally handed over the case to the CBI on January 11, 2007. After the arrest of both Maninder Singh and his servant Kohli, the person who was getting more and more suspicious regarding the missing children was somehow Surinder Kohli, and the 20-year-old daughter of Nandlal, whose missing phone was found on Surinder Kohli, was a key for police officers to demand a justification from Surinder Kohli regarding this, as police started their extreme investigation to find evidence to solve the mystery of this confusing case. But sure enough, CBI was unable to find any evidence against Kohli even after 60 days of police custody. But things turned completely around when they applied to the magistrate to have Kohli's confession recorded on February 27, 2007, stating that he was willing to confess. As Kohli's confession was recorded by the magistrate, and to tell you the truth, after hearing his confession, people really left baffled because of it. Cause in his confession, Kohli gave a detailed account of how he lured the victims, that includes 9 female children, 2 male children and 5 adult women, into the house bungalow number D5, and that was the moment when he finally confessed that he murdered all of them. But what shocked the entire media was when he confessed attempted to have sex the children's dead bodies, chopped the dead bodies, eat their body parts and threw the remains in the drain at the back of the bungalow. As a result, he found guilty of attempting cannibalism and necrophilia on the victims. According to his confession, Kohli was a servant at Maninder Singh Pandra bungalow. Maninder Singh used to live alone in the bungalow, while his family resided at Chandigarh. Apart from Maninder Singh and his servant, there was another domestic servant named Maya Sarkar, a gardener and 2 drivers employed by Muninder Singh in his house. According to Kohli's confession, all the murders were done by Kohli in the drawing room between 9 AM to 4 PM. After each killing, he would carry the body upstairs to a bathroom, and chop it into small parts. He would leave the bathroom in that condition, and only after cooking some of the body parts and eating them, he would clean up the bathroom and drawing room. It is very hard to believe that not once in any of the murder, neither Muninder Singh nor any other person employed by him noticed all these things. None was tried as a witness at trial. In 2007, the Ministry of Women and Child Development set up an expert committee to investigate the Nithari case. Their report is an indictment of Noida Police and CBI's investigation. Dr. Vinod Kumar, the chief medical superintendent of Noida, informed the committee that the surgical precision with which the victim bodies were cut creates suspicion of organ trade, as the WCD report cast doubted that organ trade can be the motive behind this heinous offense of murders. According to the observation of the experts committee, after going through the investigation report provided by the district authorities, the expert committee observed that the motive behind the murders were still not clear, as according to their observation, no type and pattern of choice used in the selection of the victim, which is the hallmark of a serial killer. Drain behind and at front of the house is not too deep and is stagnant water. As a result, disposed bodies would have remained there. It's strange that there was no complaint of foul smell due to decomposition. Surendra Kohli himself confessed that the murder was committed during the daytime. It's strange that no one witnessed the disposal of the bodies. To a body to get decomposed, it normally takes 3 years. Deaths were as recent as 2006, yet only bones and skull was found. It was very strange. The Women and Child Development Committee suggests that CBI should look into angles into organ trade, sexual exploitation, and forms of crimes against women and children. Need to study records of organ transplant of all the hospitals of Noida, to trace the donor and the recipient. The discovery of more and more bodies creates a suspicion of involvement of some other person in the case. To know the motive and modus operandi of the case, the involvement of other persons needs to be investigated. Now come to the judgment. In year 2006, Nithari case came in the light by the discovery of skeleton from the drain located behind Bungalow D5-4, which Muninder and your servant Surendra Kohli was arrested as a prime suspect, as on December 29, 2006, more skeletons were discovered after that. As a result, on December 31, 2006, various police constables were suspended for negligence in their duty. In year 2007, 6 sub-inspectors were suspended as well for the negligence of their duty, as on January 5, 2007, Muninder and Surendra Kohli were taken for intensive narco-analysis tests by UP Police, on which on February 8, 2007, Hander and Kohli sent to 14 days of CBI custody, by special CBI court. In year 2009 February 13, Kohli was awarded death sentence by the special CBI court for rape and murder of Rimpa Halder, one of the several victims. As on September 10, 2009, Muninder and Kohli both were awarded death sentence by the trial court. However, the Allahabad High Court acquitted Muninder Singh but confirmed Kohli's death sentence, as his mercy petition was rejected by the former President Pranab Mukherjee. September 8, 2014, court stated that Kohli's execution was at 1 AM at night. He was to be hanged on September 12 in Mayra jail. However, on September 12, the Supreme Court extended Kohli's death penalty till October 29. As according to my research, it was truly sad and horrifying that Surendra Kohli's death penalty keep on extending. He was charged with more than 16 murder cases, on which he has given death penalties on at least 5 cases including the victim Rimpa Halder. This is the 8th of the 16 murder cases in which the judgment has been delivered in the Nithari case. Judgments on other 8 cases are yet to be delivered. Kohli has been lodged in Dasna jail since December 2006, and represents his cases himself in the trial court at Ghaziabad. Even till now date, he has been serving life in prison and waiting for his death penalty. It has been almost 15 years since the case first came into the light, and families of the Nithari village are still waiting for the justice of their innocent children, who lost their lives because of a monster, who no one wants to encounter. And with that, I'm closing this case right here. Thank you for listening to me. Let me know your opinion on this heinous yet strange case of Nithari. Make sure to like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video.